Even if you buy the most expensive product in this life and you use it, if you don't have a very good high self-esteem, you will still struggle. Hello, good evening. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I got rid of my acne. Oh my god. This is a long overdue video that I've wanted to do, but because I'm always, procrastinating and always thinking about how I will bring along my body care products and show that as well in the video. So I'll just give a little bit of background and why I decided to do this. I am not going to be recommending any product for anybody, and I am not going to be telling you that you should do what I did, but I'm just going to be sharing my experience as regards acne and how I was able to get rid of my own. Some people already have this information. Those that are very close to me, they already know how I managed to get rid of my acne. I wish I can remove my glasses, but I'm not going to. So first and foremost, I think it started when I moved to Lagos in 2011. I noticed that between 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I struggled with acne for like 5 years. So what happened before then? Before then, I was okay. I was pretty good. If I even opened some of my NYC pictures, that was before I moved to Lagos in 2011. I saw my face very clear. Nothing, no acne spoiled my face. But it all started when I moved to Lagos, and I just noticed that I started having these breakouts, and it usually comes anytime I take a particular drink, anytime I drink something. It took me a very long time. It took me very conscious awareness to understand that there's something that is causing this thing. You know, as women, sometimes we feel like, okay, maybe when our periods are coming, the tendency of us having a breakout is there. But this time around, either on my period or before my period or after my period, it will come out. So it got to a stage that I started visiting hospitals, asking them why I do have breakouts. And if anybody watched that the video that I posted earlier, you will see what my face, you will see how my face looked in that video. That was when it got so worse. And I had just gotten married at that time. It got so worse at that time that even my husband was like, what happened? What have you been eating? So, and that was when I decided to keep a straight face, to fight it at all costs. How do I manage to fight it? I didn't fight it with any product, I must tell you. I didn't fight it with any product. No single one Naira product helped me to fight my acne. What I did was to stop what was causing it. So it took me a long time to understand my system, to understand what was causing it, which was dairy. And this might not be the same thing for everybody. It might not be applicable to you. You might be fine even when you take dairy, but it was what was causing my own acne breakouts. Whenever I take milk, you know, this peak milk, 3 Crown, if I can still remember all the milk in Nigeria, at least I still remember those two, 3 Crown, peak milk. Whenever I take any of them, either the evaporated one or the powdered one, and guess what? It wasn't just my face. I get breakout in any part of my body. It could be my armpit, it could even be my private. It would just break out. So, but it was more obvious on my face that time. So that one, there's no way I could hide it. So it got so bad that I realized that anytime I take milk, you can imagine you paying that close attention, like for you to identify that this is the single thing that is causing this thing. It was very difficult, but I paid that close attention, and I discovered that whenever I drink tea and I used any milk, that thing used to happen. So I complained at a chemist. I went to a pharmacy store and I complained to them that I'm not sure what is happening, but I noticed that whenever I take this thing, this is what happened. So they asked me to stop drinking evaporated. They asked me to stop drinking peak and go for another milk. But it was the same. It was the same. I had no allergy issue before. Nobody has discovered anything about me. I don't have any history of allergy. So it was a sudden thing that started happening. So what did I do? I think I moved away from milk at that time. And then it was one Ramadan like that. I think all the time that I all the time that I got that I before I got married, that I moved away from it, my face became a little bit clearer. I didn't have any breakouts and stuff like that. And when I got married, I think there was one Ramadan that I observed after I got married, and I observed it without my husband present. So there was a particular custard I really enjoyed taking, and that custard had milk, as in it was already prepared with milk. So I took a whole lot of that custard that time, and that was that picture when I was in Ibadan. That was that picture that you saw. I think I'll put that picture on this video as well. So that was when the thing came out, and you know what acne does to you. Whenever it comes out, it leaves a spot on your face. The only thing I know I was struggling to do that time was looking for products to clear it. But the thing is, even if I clear the spot, another one will come as long as I take milk, as long as I take the forbidden thing. So I remembered visiting my husband on one of those time, and when he saw me, he couldn't believe his eyes. He was like, "What? What happened to your face?" It was it was so worse than what you saw in that picture. What happened to your face? So I told him, I've been taking this yummy custard that has milk. So he was not really happy with it, because he was like, you know, you are not supposed to take this thing. So why were you taking what you shouldn't be taking when you know the implication of taking it? So, well, so I think it was at that point that I decided to let go. I decided to let go. And it actually took me a long time. Imagine not being able to eat biscuits. Like, you know, biscuits too, they put milk. You can't eat cake because some cakes has milk. That's why when you see me baking at home, when you see me doing stuff that ordinarily I'm supposed to just buy outside, it's just because I have I have intolerance of lactose, so I can't afford to eat what I'm not supposed to eat. So I let go. I decided to do away with anything milk. If I go anywhere and they offer me tea, I tell them that I will only have the black tea with sugar. I don't want any milk. If they offer me hot chocolate, I won't take. At home now, I have my own hot chocolate that I take, which does not have any milk at all. Doesn't have any milk at all. So in the whole of this house, I am the only one that don't take animal milk. So I only take plant milk. And the plant milk too, it took me a very long time before settling for it, because I wasn't sure if it's going to cause any breakout for me. So it took me a very long time. I was testing and seeing if it's not causing anything to me. But I tell you, as at this moment, as at this time that I'm talking to you, if I prepare my baby food with the baby milk, and I have a taste of it, I'm going to have a breakout. I am going to have a breakout. So I don't get pimples, I don't get eczema, I don't have anything on my skin. But once I have a taste of candy that has milk, or anything whatsoever, no matter how tiny it is, I am going to have a breakout. But the good part again is, sometimes the breakout might not be on my face. It could be on my chest. It could be on the inner part of my body, like underneath my clothes. So it might not be obvious. So I know when I have trespassed. For example, if I just notice a breakout on my face now, maybe, or tomorrow morning, I will trace it back to something that I have eaten recently. It could be that I just licked a spoon of my baby food, or maybe I mixed some custard for my older kids and I tasted it. So I will definitely be able to trace it back to something that I have eaten. But I must say that I didn't go to any dermatologist. Nobody recommended any cream for me. It was just a kind of self-awareness that I did to identify what was causing my breakouts then. And for the past years now, for more than 5 years or 6 now, yeah, it should be more than that self. From 2016, I must say that I finally did away with anything milk whatsoever. And since then, I've been enjoying my fine face. Some people might say, oh, that was not how your face used to be. Maybe because you're in the UK. No, I got my clearer face before moving to the UK. I got my face cleared before moving to the UK. Because even now, as I am here in the UK, if I go and eat what I'm not supposed to eat, my skin will get messed up. So it's not a matter of the environment, it's a matter of what I eventually let go. So now I'll show you some of the things that I've been using for more than 4 years now. I have stuck to one soap, one cream, and that is what I've been using on my body. I am not a skincare how do I put it now, freak. Like, sometimes, in fact, for my last pregnancy, I can count the number of times I cream because the smell alone, it makes me feel nauseated. So I hardly cream. I can go a week without creaming when I was pregnant. Not now anyway, because it's cold. So if I don't cream now, my whole body will become white. They will be scaly. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is that I managed to stick to one cream, one soap. So I'll show you some of the things that I used. I don't have any special products. I can wake up tomorrow and just say, I'm bored with this cream. And I will just go buy another one. So that's the kind of person I am. And that's to tell you that I really don't care. As long as I don't eat what I'm not supposed to eat, I believe that my face will be fine, my body will be fine. And as long as I'm drinking water very well and I'm exercising, I'm an exercise freak now. I'll tell you about that later, why I am now an exercise freak. Despite that I'm not fat, I'm tiny, I'm slim, but exercise has been one of the things I can afford not to do now. I'll tell you about that later. So let's start from bathing. From bathing,